Yo dudes, what's up? This is Planet Keith, I'm Keith, and well today this is episode 2 of my weekly vlog, as I've now decided to call it, and basically it starts on April the 12th, which is a date that's ingrained in most English people's minds as the beginning of the second phase of easing lockdown, something like that. So lockdown easing in this phase means that non-essential shops can reopen and pubs and restaurants can serve food and drinks outdoors, and sales of marquees, teepees and outdoor heaters have rocketed, apparently. I don't know why. Gyms can also reopen, yes, but not for reasons unknown. Yoga studios, we have to wait till May till we can do our cactuses and tree poses and things like that. Hey ho. I mean, we're doing it online, but it's better in the flesh, as it were. But I think the most anticipated reopening is hairdressers and barbers. Being a bloke, I'm uncomfortable with the idea of making a booking to get a haircut, so I think I'll be waiting a few weeks. But I was driving around the village on Monday morning and I saw a crowd of hairy blokes on the pavement. I thought maybe there'd been an accident. Turns out they were waiting for a barber shop to open. Which reminds me of an ancient joke. What do you call a line of people waiting for a haircut? A barbecue. And speaking of barbecues, see what I did there? It's now apparently BBQ season. And I'm really not a massive fan of barbecues in England, mainly because the weather, you know, there's always a risk of rain, wind blowing your things off the grill and stuff like that. But the biggest risk is middle-aged blokes who never cook normally, taking charge of the barbie and just spoiling things, either by undercooking or incinerating those lovely, lovely sausages and burgers and chicken wings and things. I think because in Britain we get so little practice at barbecuing that we just really, you know, can't be trusted with it. And, you know, really, cooking over an open flame, it is difficult. And that's why, you know, pitmasters in Texas take years and years to train and perfect their art. So, you know, you can't expect to just pop out there and get it right first time or even 20th time. So I almost never, well, I don't think I've ever done any open flame cooking on Keith Cooks. I do have a little barbecue, but it's pitifully small and I don't want anybody else to see it. Our neighbours have a massive gas-powered thing that's basically, it's an outdoor cooker. Apart from the enormous grilling and smoking area, it's got a couple of hot plates for, you know, keeping sauces and beans and things warm. And it wouldn't surprise me if there was a fridge in there as well. Those things cost a lot of money. I don't really have space for it, and yeah, it won't be happening. You may remember on the day that Prince Philip died last week, the BBC completely lost its mind and cancelled all of its programmes on all of its channels for 24 hours. And this idiotic decision sparked the biggest number of complaints the BBC has ever seen, over 110,000. I'm basically monarchy neutral, but I was annoyed that the final of Masterchef was postponed because I'd been looking forward to that all week. And the people on it, you know, it's down to 3 people and they're absolutely magnificent. Any one of them could have won it. It was all down to what they did on the day. And so it was shown on Wednesday and it was Tom Rhodes who won it, and well done, Tom. You absolutely nailed it. Brilliant. And if you're outside the UK and you can't get these programmes, you know, if you're interested, you can get them. It's possibly not entirely legal, so I'll just flash it up on the screen how you can do it. So Masterchef is like the longest running reality cooking show. It's been going for 17 years, I think. But it was the Great British Bake Off that really started a new genre of TV shows, the cosy, craft-based, gentle competition, and this genre is now unofficially known as Like Bake Off, but with insert name of craft or whatever here. So Like Bake Off with sewing or pottery or whatever. And some of them work and some of them don't. And it comes down to the likability of the hosts and the judges. And so my favourite in the genre is the Great Pottery Throwdown, which has had a lot of churn of presenters and assistant judges. But the one constant is Keith Brymer-Jones, who can burst into tears at the mere thought of seeing something nice. You've got to love him. And then on Tuesday, a new series entered the fray. It's called All That Glitters, and it's like Bake Off, but with high-end silver jewellery. I managed to watch the first 10 minutes, which was basically the host, who I didn't take a shine to, reciting a badly written script. And then finally, you know, we got introduced to the judges, and I didn't take a shine to those either. And I don't think I saw any of the competition because it had just hacked me off so much by the time they got to it. So, you know, maybe first night nerves. Maybe I'll come back to it in a few weeks' time and see if it's improved. But that first one, I like to enjoy programmes that I watch, and this wasn't doing it. But after the Great Pottery Throwdown, the next one that I like is the Great British Sewing Bee. I don't sew. I've never had any aspiration to do that. Mrs. Planet does. So, but, you know, I like to see people making things and learning things, and so I enjoy that. Although, once again, I'm not mad keen on the current presenter, Joe Lycett. I just think he's not right for this show. It's not about you, Joe. It's about the contestants. So, no. Thursday was a big day. My new printer arrived. Actually, I'm lying. It arrived late on Wednesday, too late to actually shoot a video of unboxing and setting it up. So I saved that treat till Thursday. And there'll be a full video of this on Planet Keith later in the week. But for now, just let's say it didn't go well. And this is me at the end of it, a total gibbering wreck. This is baby stuff. You know, this is baby stuff. 12-year-olds can code better than that. I'm really. But Thursday improved when I read that British retail institution Marks and Spencer was suing not British retail institution Aldi for copyright infringement. It's all to do with a cake made to remind you of a caterpillar. Since 1990, M&S have been selling these must-have party cakes. They are called Colin the Caterpillar. And why Marks and Sparks thought a caterpillar was a great model for a cake, I'll never know. But it became massively popular and sparked many a copycat pillar. Asda's got one called Clyde, the one from Waitrose is Cecil, the Tesco one is Curly, and for some bizarre reason, the one from Sainsbury's is Wiggles, so really it should be Wiggles the worm, but it's not, it's still a caterpillar. And all of this have been around for ages, so it's a bit baffling that Marks and Spencer's has decided that now is the time to rid the country of Cuthbert the caterpillar. But knowing Aldi, I expect they'll change his name. Mark the Moth sounds good to me, and his middle name is Spencer. As always on a Friday, I launched a new cooking video, and this week it was how to make a Dubai-style shawarma. To be honest, there's not a lot of information on the web. There's not a lot in cookbooks that I've got. So I had to pretty much wing it from memory. But it went down very well. Got some fantastic comments. Also got a couple of negative ones along the lines of, that's not how you do it. And one of these was a guy who said, I should stick to what I know. And that always infuriates me. I've had this kind of comment on several videos over the year. Drives me nuts. It tells me the commenter doesn't believe in self-improvement, creativity, or just having a go. Without explicitly saying so on my channel, I hope people get the idea that I'm not claiming to be an expert chef. I'm just wandering around trying different things and, you know, trying to learn. And, you know, you learn by making mistakes, and I do plenty of those, as you know. But, you know, I always manage to cook something edible, nice even, and anybody can if you just get it out of your head that you must be an expert before you start. You don't get expertise until you've been doing it for a long time. It occurred to me, if I always stuck to what I know, by now I'd be on pie recipe number 325 and roast dinner 96, which would be something like roast field mouse with a dandelion and burdock salad and a sauce made from puddle water. So there. Saturday was a glorious sunny day, and Mrs. Planet got stuck into some serious gardening. which I like. I slightly caught the bug as well. I got the lawnmower out and hacked the lawn pretty flat. That's the full extent of my gardening knowledge, and despite what I've just said on this topic, I'm happy to stick with what I know. Saturday was also the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, and the BBC's learnt from its earlier kicking, and it only had coverage on BBC One in the afternoon and highlights in the evening, which I didn't want to watch. So that left us with a big hole in our viewing schedule, and I rented Guardians of the Galaxy, another Marvel extravaganza, and we loved it. It was brilliant. In fact, we watched it twice now, because there's a lot in it. They talk quite quickly, sometimes quite slowly, and yeah, you need to watch it at least twice to catch a lot of the humour, but it's worth it. Brilliant. So there you go. That was my week. Ups and downs, as always, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.